That's right. So tell me what you love about the grill pan.
Oh my God, I make my bacon in there.
Yes.
I make paninis. That is the best pan in the whole world.
It is.
We were just talking about that today at dinner.
And I'm so glad you're saying that, honestly, Carol, because I'm supposed to say that. I'm the salesperson, right?
I'm not just saying it, it's the truth.
It is.
I have almost everything in here.
I know you do. Except all the new stuff that's come out in the last 2 years, Carol. So it's time to have you at the party.
Show me all the
And do you love yours?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I just love it.
It's versatile.
And that chicken, how you pounded that chicken, you made a chicken dish in my house.
You should just come up here and finish my show.
Yeah.
You should.
No.
She's talking about pounding the chicken already. It's not even there yet. So on page 11, you will notice that we have our grill pans. 1 year ago, almost a year ago, we actually came out with a double burner grill pan, which 1 year, yes. Since March 1st, it's been 1 year. And I have to tell you, before March 1st of last year, we had the single burner grill pan, which in my household, I mean, it's fine. It's still my favorite product, whether it's the 11-inch or it's the double burner. But with 3 sons and the husband, if I'm doing grilled cheese sandwiches, I have to do 2 batches of 4 because 4 sandwiches is not enough. So I would do my first 4, then I'd have to put, the next 4 in, or I would do 2 batches of 4 pieces of French toast, right? When the double burner grill pan came out, that completely changed the way I cook in my kitchen because now I can do all 8 sandwiches at one time. I can do all 8 pieces of French toast at one time. I can do the whole pound of bacon, not just a half a pound, because let's face it, who really wants to cook only a half a pound of bacon? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, total game changer when it comes to cooking. Honestly, you heard how fast cooking is with the rock crock. It can be even faster with the grill pan. If you really wanted to, your entire dinner could be done in 10 minutes with this grill pan, I kid you not. And when you order the grill pan from me, whether it's the 11-inch or the double burner, I have an 80-page recipe booklet that goes along with it. Because again, I do not want you to invest in something like this with your kitchen and not use it. And cookware should always be considered an investment when it comes to your kitchen. So let's talk about other things that you can do with it, because you can do the French toast, you can do the bacon. I've had customers even do omelets on the grill pan, which actually shocked me because I had never tried that. But they love them. They say they come out beautiful with the grill marks and everything in them. You can do quesadillas, and with the double burner, you can do 2 big quesadillas at one time. You can do paninis, you can do the grilled cheese sandwiches, you can do grilled wraps. I've reheated tamales in my grill pan before. You can butterfly hot dogs and grilled hot dogs in the grill pan. You can do hamburgers, hamburger steaks. You can do regular steaks. Depending on the cut and how well you want it done, it's going to take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes, just depending on how well you want it done, right? Pork chops, are you ready for this? Thin pork chops, 4 minutes, 2 minutes on each side. Chicken breast, the chicken we're cooking tonight, will be done in 6 minutes. 3 minutes on each side. 6 minutes. Ladies, your husband's charcoal's not even done in 6 minutes. More than likely, they're not even off the couch in 6 minutes to get the charcoal ready. Am I right? Yes. So you can even do dessert in the grill pan. And I have this one dessert recipe that I need to email out. But it is a grilled pound cake with a grilled mango and pineapple puree with a cream sauce on top. Absolutely delicious. It looks like a restaurant kind of dessert. Takes about 8 or 9 minutes total in your grill pan. It's absolutely delicious. And I'll make sure if you order the grill pan that you do get that recipe. So let's get busy using it. What do y'all say?
Yeah.
All right. So the key to using this is you want to make sure that you preheat your presses inside your pan. And this is only going to take you 5 minutes. So we're going to come over here, turn these bad boys on. This is the double burner we're using tonight because we will be grilling our protein and our vegetables at the same time. That's why this works so well, because you can do all of your food at the same time. So if you're a person that really likes to have the high protein and the nice grilled vegetables, because grilling is a really, really healthy way to eat your food, right? And if you don't want to worry about charcoal, and you don't want to worry about propane, you don't have to with the grill pan. And you don't ever have to worry about going out there to grill and being out of propane. All right. So, when preheating, can you smell the cake? Yes. When preheating, you want to make sure that you're going to be anywhere from the medium to the medium high. You never, ever, ever want to go above a medium high heat when it comes to nonstick cookware. And that doesn't matter what brand you're talking about. That's any brand. So, never, if you have a 10 on your stove, never go above the 8. Y'all with me on this? Okay, because if you want high heat cooking, you need to go with stainless steel. A lot of people don't like using stainless steel because it's not nonstick. A lot of people don't know how to cook on stainless steel. If you buy it, you're not familiar with it, more than likely you're going to burn everything you cook for the first 30 days, right? So, a majority of the market actually uses nonstick cookware. So never go above a medium-high heat when you are cooking with it. It works on flat tops, it works on gas stoves, and it works on your regular coil element stoves as well. I will tell you this, if you're using a gas stove, gas cooks hotter, it cooks quicker. So you do not have to go to a medium-high heat. You can pretty much stay right at the medium heat. Because also the other thing is with the gas stoves is the handles on the presses might get hot. I have not had them get hot on an electric stove, but because the way gas comes up and circulates with the heat, the handles on the presses might get hot. So always just test it before you pick it up. I forgot to set my timer, so let me set this for 4 minutes. I'm not texting, I promise. All right, so there we go. 4 minutes left on the preheating. I'm going to explain to you how the pan is made, because I'm sure the first thing you looked at when you turned to page 11 was what?
The price.
Thank you very much. Because that's what we do. We go shopping, whether it's shirts, pair of shoes, we look at the price. So I'm going to explain the price to you, because I'm going to also explain to you how the pan is made. Because our cookware is really creme de la creme when it comes to cookware. Excuse me, again. So, how many of you have ever owned a Teflon coated pan? Yes? Can you tell me what it does?
Smokes.
Peels off.
Right? Peels, then it ends up smoking, right? Exactly. So, the thing about Teflon is it's literally one sheet of non-stick material that they line the inside of the pan with. So it is going to peel and come off. With Pampered Chefs, I've got some water on one of my presses. That's what that is. So, yeah, it's from when I washed it. Sometimes they get caught in the groove. And then, so Teflon, right? One sheet of nonstick material. So it is going to peel off. With Pampered Chef's cookware, our nonstick material is actually adhered to the metal. So when they pour the mold of that pan, that nonstick material is layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. So it's not one thin sheet of nonstick material to come and peel off. It is within the pan. So now let's talk about the inside of the pan. How many of you have ever bought a pan and within 6 months you're putting oil or butter into it and everything kind of goes to one side? Because your pan is warped. The majority of the cookware on our market actually contains an aluminum core. And aluminum reshapes very easily with high heat temperatures. Pampered Chef's pans actually contain titanium in the core. Have you ever heard of somebody having a titanium hip replacement? Or titanium in their jaw, or titanium in their wrist? There's a reason they use that metal, because it's hardy, it's sturdy, it's durable. It's not going to warp on you. It's not a good thing if your hip replacement warps on you while you're walking down the street, you know what I'm saying? So we put titanium in the core of our pan because we don't want it to warp. So when we offer the lifetime guarantee on our cookware, and it's not just the double burner or the single burner, any other piece of cookware you see on page 12 and 13, same way, made the exact same way. Titanium in the core, it's not going to warp on you. That's how we can offer you a lifetime guarantee. So when you're looking at the double burner grill pan and you see the price of $250 for the set, don't think of it as $250. Think of, this is the last time I will buy a grill pan. Because even if you use this pan for 20 years, only 20 years, remember it's lifetime guaranteed, that's $12.50 a year to use this pan. Without the toxins coming off the Teflon, right? And without it warping, you have it the rest of your life. So it's an amazing investment into your kitchen. And I'm going to give you every single reason to use that. So we've got about a minute left, so I'm going to tell you how to prep the meat as far as the chicken goes. I like to teach my customers to do everything in the baggie when it comes to flattening. Now obviously you don't want to tenderize in the baggie because you'll end up with a Ziploc baggie in your steak, right? So when you're flattening your meat, pork or chicken, you want to do everything in the baggie. So if you'll turn to page 18, you'll notice that we have a meat tenderizer. It's also a flattener. If you want to use the flat side, you've got the flat side for your chicken or your pork. If you need to tenderize, you just unscrew it, flip it over, and you have a tenderizer for your beef or venison. Okay, flip it back over. Now I also like to use this to crush up graham crackers and that sort of thing in a baggie for like my homemade graham cracker crust. You need to break up some peppermints for peppermint bark, all kinds of things that you can do with this. And it's a really, really great weapon if you need it to be as well. So, the way I teach people to do this is pound and push, okay? Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Pound and push. Here we go. I've got my chicken breast in here. I put a little bit of oil in my bag. I throw in my Southwestern seasoning because that's the seasoning we're using this evening. Yep, and we're gonna hurry through this. All right, so we're using the Southwestern seasoning, and we're gonna pound and push. And the reason we pound and push, it's like this, is because if I'm just doing this through the bag, I'm gonna leave little pockets throughout the chicken breast that's thicker than the rest. We really wanna make sure it's the same level. So pound and push out. I will tell you this, I don't get any kickbacks from Ziploc. I should, as many as I use, but Ziploc really is the bag to use because I've had other ones just bust on me as I'm trying to flatten the chicken. So, we're going to pass this around. If you like to do a lot of prepping when it comes to your food, you can do this all ahead of time and freeze your meat just like this. So when you thaw it, you're 3 or 4 steps ahead of the game when it comes time to grill your meat. Sound good? All right, so we're going to get this ready. Then we also need to get our poblano peppers going and grilling as well. Now you'll notice my magic tongs over here. If you don't have these are an absolute must-have. One, because of how easy they are to use. Raise your hand if you have them. I see people shaking their head. 2, yeah, I own 2 myself. You know why? Because he used to take them outside for the grill. Yes. So, because they're high heat resistant. The silicone on the end, they won't melt on an outside barbecue pit if they, if they just have to use the outside barbecue pit, right? So you squeeze them, they open. You turn them over, you squeeze them, they close. If you've got a baby on the hip, phone on your shoulder, you can still flip your meat with these because you're not trying to like open them with your mouth. The other thing is if you know anybody that's ever had a stroke and has lost the use of one of their arms or hands, these are great for them because they're one-handed. So, all right, grill press goes on the trivet. We are going to put all 3 chicken breasts up here in the front.
And what do you have that on, Tenille?
Well, on Deb's, I can already tell you this might be a little hot. So we're going to turn it down. The medium. I'm going more towards your medium. And the reason I can tell it's too hot is the way it's smoking. It should not be smoking that much, okay? So, the best way to tell what your pan should be on is just to have me come to your house and do a show. We take our press and we put it on top of the chicken. There's 2 reasons we do this. First reason is this. One, we start cooking the meat on the top at the same time we cook it on the bottom, right? So that allows for a faster cooking time. The other reason is for sanitary purposes. If I had not preheated this press first, and I just put it on the meat, and then in 3 minutes I go to flip it, I just did what? I just put raw chicken on top of cooked chicken. So please, 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 when it comes to cooking your meat, always, always, always preheat your press. So we're going to get our poblano peppers ready. You'll notice on page 20 that we have some of the most amazing knives that you can purchase. I see you shaking your head. You have some of our knives. Our forged cutlery is just fantastic. It really is. So it is literally 1 piece of steel from this tip to this end right here. And then, so that makes it sturdier. It also has an even weight distribution between the handle and the blade. These also have a lifetime guarantee on them. And I don't know if you know this or not, but German steel knives come in different grades as far as the German steel. And we use one of the highest grades of German steel that they have. So we've cut off the top. I recommend every kitchen, by the way, having at least 1 good knife. 1 good knife. If you can't do the whole set, have a party, get the whole set 60% off. But if you need to, you can actually purchase just 1, and this is the bad boy right here. The 5-inch Santoku will pretty much do any job in your kitchen. If you can do a second knife, every kitchen really needs a good serrated edge. So we have a 4.5-inch serrated edge. So if you had both of those in your kitchen, you would be completely set. Now if you'll turn to page 26 of your catalog, you'll notice a little tool there called the Scoop Loop. Kind of a funny name, right? This thing is amazing. It's $5.50 and worth every single penny. So you can take this end right here. See, both ends are serrated on both sides. So you eat cantaloupe? Anybody eat cantaloupe? You can actually take the big end and just swoop out all the seeds. Bell peppers, poblano peppers, we're going to take it, we're going to go in, and we're going to come right out. Just like this. So most people are actually taking their knife and doing this, right? So stop doing that. Spend $5.50 and do this. Very, very easy to use. Just like that. We're going to get the other one ready. We're going to cut it in half and get it on the grill. It works great with watermelon. You can also use it to take the stems out of mushrooms. You can gut the inside of tomatoes with it. And you know what I've used it for? It won't tell you this in the instructions, but I tested it. You know the head of lettuce, the iceberg head of lettuce? You know most people bang it on their counter and dig their nails into to get that root in now? Use the big end. and scoop it out. It works. I have used it. Yes, my mom had like a whole case of lettuce. I'm like, I need one of those. I gotta test this out, and it works beautifully on it. So we've got about 20 seconds before we flip the chicken. We're gonna throw on the poblanos and grill them. Got our chili cooking over here and starting to warm. Any questions about and that might even still be too hot. There we go. Any questions about the cookware? Any piece of cookware, by the way, not just the grill pan. You know, every kitchen needs a 12-inch skillet as well. Because when you buy a set of cookware, you usually get a what? A 10-inch. So every kitchen needs a good 12-inch skillet, and we have an amazing one. Check out the beautiful grill marks. Isn't that fantastic? Hey, I guarantee you, your chicken's going to come out a whole lot better than his on that outside barbecue pit. And I want you to notice the color. You see the color was the same as the other one? That's the even heat distribution in our pan. That's the titanium also playing a role in that. Because titanium, by the way, conducts heat differently than aluminum, so you don't get the hot spots. Titanium holds heat longer and distributes evenly. So you don't have to worry about something in the middle of your pan burning while something on the outside or the corner of your pan not cooking at all. Love this pan.
How far in advance do you, like that chicken, how long has it been seasoned and in the freezer?
About an hour, right? Maybe 2 hours before I got here.
Oh.
Because with rubs, you only need about 30 minutes. It's not a marinade.
If you go to the grocery store and you pack it and you want to just have it in the freezer to pull out when you do that, how, you just pound it out, put it in the bag, season it, and throw it in the freezer?
Yeah, that's absolutely what you can do. Like say you find a bunch of chicken breasts on sale, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you want, let's say you want maybe chicken parmesan, right? And you want a chicken chili. So you're going to put Southwestern seasoning in one, you're going to put Italian seasoning in the other one, and maybe a couple of our other Italian-ish rubs. Put everything in the baggie, a little bit of oil, close it up. Make sure you take the air out because you don't want to pop the bag in your flat chicken. Take the air out, zip it up, pound it out, label it, throw it in your freezer. And the other thing is they lay nicely one on top of the other because they're flat.
Right.
They're not all humpy, you know? And that's the thing about flattening the chicken breast. If I didn't flatten the chicken breast first, it would cook in about 15 minutes versus 6. And your thin end would be overcooked. That's why we always flatten the meat, because it cooks faster, it actually cooks evenly, and your food tastes so much better with that. Yeah. So if you will turn any...
You put the rub on the chicken, and then did you put oil in there?
A little bit of oil. A
Okay.
little bit of oil in the baggie.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit. So now I did not put any oil on the peppers. And I cooked some chicken the other night in my grill pan, and I didn't put any oil on it. So you can technically use this without any oil. I find the oil helps kind of spread that rub on the chicken a lot easier inside the bag. Yeah, because of the way it flows through the bag. Yeah. But you can get away with using no oil because it is a nonstick pan.
So mine is good on the medium?
Yes, I would keep yours on the medium. Yes. Is that typically what you put yours on?
I've been doing mine a little higher and it's been smoking.
Okay, yeah, and see, and we talked about that the other day with yours. If it's smoking, it's too hot. So your first time using your grill pan is going to be your true test. If it smokes, too hot. If you can really smell it before the food's even on it, it's too hot. Just turn it down. Yeah. And usually that's, like I said, between the medium and the medium high. Never above the medium high, because you don't want to mess up and get the pan too high, because it messes up the chemical makeup of the pan. And you certainly don't want to void the lifetime warranty on that pan, right? You want to take good care of it. Alrighty, so we've got about 30 seconds left before we're pulling it all out. If you'll turn to page 25 of your catalog, you'll notice a product there called the manual food processor. This thing is fantastic. Do you have it?
I do not.
Really?
I have everything else.
Interesting. Let me tell you why you need it. You're a grandbaby. You may at some point need to chop something up to feed her, right? Him, her, right? Her, yes. So, what I love about the food processor is the versatility. Now, how many of you remember the food chopper, right? The stress reliever? Yes, the one that woke up your neighbors every time you used it to chop something. Okay, we're going to pause on that thought. We're going to pull out our chicken and our peppers real quick.
I like it too.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I love the food chopper. I do.
I love
However,
this one too, but I like that.
it kind of limits you with
Yeah.
some things, you know, and we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
My chicken never comes out like that.
Invite me over.
Invite me over, that's all you gotta do. So that one we're turning off. Grab our peppers. Now our peppers are actually gonna go into our food processor. So I'll get back to the chicken here in just a second. Okay, so back to the food processor. With the food processor, it's so much more versatile than the food chopper, because with the food chopper you can do one item at a time and you can do a very small quantity at a time. With the food processor, you can still do one item at a time and you can still do a very small amount if you want to. But now you can do larger quantities and you can do multiple items. So if I want to make salsa in here, if I want to do pico, if I want to do guacamole, chicken salad, egg salad, tuna salad, cookie dough, breadcrumbs. One of the recipes I do for a demo calls for breadcrumbs. I take one piece of bread, you're going to love this, one piece of bread, I just break it up, stick it in the food processor, process it, and I make a half a cup of breadcrumbs out of one piece of bread in a matter of seconds. So stop buying the expensive breadcrumbs at the store. You've got bread at your house anyway, so process it in here. You can make homemade baby food in the food processor. You can do salad dressings where it really mixes like the oil and the vinegar just beautifully and doesn't separate. I mean, it does a great job on salad dressings. Homemade barbecue sauces if you would like. So many things with this. I have a recipe booklet for this as well. So if you order this from me, you do get a recipe booklet for your food processor. So what we've got in here right now is some fresh cilantro. We are going to take our peppers. As you can see, the grill marks on the peppers. We're going to add them to our food processor.
How long did you do the peppers for? Like 3 minutes?
About, yeah, 3.5, maybe 4 minutes. It has some residual heat even after I turned it off. So, but what you'll see that they're kind of, did you see kind of how they were a little flimsy? Yeah, so nice grill marks on the side. We're going to put them in the, we've got them in the food processor now. We put the lid on. Now I do want you to notice that there is a non-slip grip on the bottom. So even if you're chopping, you don't have to worry about that bowl sliding out from under you. The bowl and the blade, both dishwasher safe. Lid, not dishwasher safe. That's because all the mechanics are in the lid that make that blade spin. So what you want to do is you want to take a hot rag and you want to wipe off the bottom. We've got a springform handle. That means you're not doing all the work. So you're not building another bicep trying to get your food chopped, right? So, pump the handle, spins the blade. We're going to walk around so you guys can see this. See how it spins it all around? Yeah, you can stop and do a coarse chop, or you can, like I said, go all the way to a puree. I love how you have complete control over the chop. And I have people all the time like, well, I've already got one that I got at the store. I understand that. However, as soon as you hit the button, everything's puree. Yeah. This gives you way more control over your chop. So you can see what it's done already.
Nice.
Yes, can you smell it too? Everybody see that?
Fabulous.
We are going to chop it a little bit more. Yeah, get your nose on in there. Okay. This is a very easy recipe, and honestly, this recipe will be done in about 22, 23 minutes in your own kitchen. Cooking it like this. The only reason it takes this long is because I'm talking about all the products, right? I love this food processor at Thanksgiving and Christmas because when I do my dressing, I hate celery and onion. I'm really not an onion or celery person. So I'll put it in the food processor and like pulverize it so that I still get my flavor but I don't get that texture and that crunch that I don't really like. So we just added about a cup of hot sauce to here. And now we're going to add our vegetables.
Tenille, what size bowl is that? That prep bowl?
Oh, that's a 3-cup one. Oh. Do you have any of our prep bowls?
Me?
Any of them, yeah.
Oh, those are the ones I got my daughter.
Yes, yes, those are great. We have the 1 cup, the 2 cup, and the 3 cup. They're oven safe, dishwasher safe, freezer safe. They are just
Is that
fantastic.
the one with the handle like that?
Those are the batter bowls. And you know we've redesigned those?
Yeah, I saw those.
They now have open handles, so women like me who have man hands can finally comfortably hold the handle of the batter
Really,
bowl.
they're nice.
They are
I
very
like
nice.
mine anyways, too.
Love them. Alright, so we've got that nice and mixed in. Now I'm going to demo for you my #1 personal selling product. So if you'll turn to page 29. Anybody in here not own these?
No.
You don't have them?
I have them.
Well, you're a newbie, that's explainable.
I have them. They're
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
I
I was
do
like,
have
what?
them.
What? You don't have them? No? No? Oh.
What are they?
They are called salad choppers. You do have anything in your kitchen that looks like this?
Yeah.
No? So you
I
don't
buy
have
my
to?
salad already. Of course. And I've never used it for
You
salad.
save a lot
wonderful.
of money on that, right there. But
I
the
always
meat
chop
is
chicken with
something
Well,
else.
It has nothing to do with salad. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that right now. They're called salad choppers, but they should be called chicken choppers.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure Pampered Chef gets that message from me. So, they're on page 29. Watch what they do to meat. Technically what you're supposed to do is take everything you want for salad, put it into a big old bowl and just start chopping. I'm telling you, go ahead and write these down on your wish list if you don't own them. They go right through meat. So if you need to do pulled pork, if you need to chop brisket, if you need to do
meat.
chicken,
She's like
in
dying over
addition
there.
to the salad chopper. In fact, most people use 2 forks to shred their meat, right? So with the salad choppers, you don't have to worry about that anymore. You don't have to wait till it cools.
So good.
And it is so fast. I have 3 chicken breasts in here. Do you see how fast it's chopping this chicken? Look at this. You know what else it's great for if you have little kids or grandbabies? Cutting their spaghetti up right in their bowl.
That's true.
Yeah, or ramen noodles. Any kind of pasta, so that way it's on their spoon and not all over your floor. Look at this. Isn't that fantastic? Very easy to use. I do have arthritis, so these are very arthritic friendly as well. Because of the springform handle, the handle pops back open all on its own. So you're not doing all the work. And these have a lifetime guarantee. See these? You have them,
Oh, I
don't you?
have to
Yes.
use them all the time.
Oh, you keep nodding your head.
I want everything in the calendar.
So I'm going to finish chopping the chicken. We're going to add this to the chili. We are not very far from being done, actually. Does anybody have any questions about anything so far? You need some good mixing bowls. The stainless steel mixing bowls are some of our #1 selling mixing bowls. A lot of people will host a show to get these bad boys, though. They are fantastic.
I gave my discount to a couple of people on the man I worked out.
You didn't get the bowls?
No.
Carol. So you've given me 3 reasons already why you need to have a show. I'm just saying. And you know, anybody that books a show, Deb, you get an additional 50% off product at their show. At every booking. And if you get 3 bookings, I give you the collapsible cooler for free. So start looking around, find out who wants to have your 3 shows. The good news is those 3 shows just have to happen in the next 6 months. That's good news. If you want to do it in February, I literally only have a couple of dates I could even book you, but you do get an extra $50 in free product if you have a February show. If you do it after March, you'll just know that new product comes out March 1st, and you'll have some new stuff to look at. Take a space. All right? Chicken in. And chili is done. That 3 breasts. That was 3 chicken
That's
breasts.
a lot.
It does. It produces a lot of chicken. People don't realize how much chicken is actually in a chicken breast. So we're going to get this nice and stirred. We're going to pull out the cake and get it iced. I'm going to go over some specials with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, really? A chicken breast is 2 servings.
It is.
Alrighty. This is actually not too hot. So what I'm going to do is pick this up. Can you guys kind of see what it looks like? You see how beautiful it is? This is a very healthy chili. It's very, very high in protein. Like I said, you can change it up if you wanted to. You can use jalapenos if you wanted to. You don't have to use the poblanos. You can use serranos, whatever you wanted to. Change it up. That one's off. Alright, so let's grab this cake. By the way, if you're interested in the Rock Crock, I highly recommend the silicone oven mitts. They're unlike any silicone oven mitts you'll buy anywhere else because they are lined. So you can literally put your hand into a boiling pot of water and you won't feel it on your hand. They are washer and dryer safe as well. Who wants to see some cake? Yeah.
Exactly. Tenille, you look like you cooked a few meals here. You're an expert at this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what. You know what the great thing is about this job? I've gotten to test every oven, stove, and microwave that before I decided on which new ones that I got in my kitchen last year. That was nice.
You don't want that.
See the cake?
Give me some.
Isn't that neat? We're going to flip it out now and we're going to ice it. All right? Isn't it beautiful? Yes.
Yummy.
So, and you will be amazed at how moist it is.
Spears told me she wants
It does a great pineapple upside down cake, by the way. Even in the microwave. And what's great about that one is you start it off on the stovetop by melting your butter and your brown sugar and placing your pineapples. And then you pour the batter on top, stick it in the microwave. 10 minutes later, you're flipping it out. It's all done.
So
We're going to microwave the icing for about 30 seconds just to get it loosened up a little bit and pour it over the top of the cake. Anything longer than like 40 seconds though will kind of change the consistency of the microwave.
Oh, I don't have that one.
I have that. I mean, I've
That's what I have, yeah.
Alright, does anybody have any questions about
I thought you meant this.
anything? I've got one more product I'm going to show you.